Hey everybody, it's me, Patu Loca, and this is going to be, I'm so excited because this is going to be my very first GIM, which stands for Get Inside Me, which is an internet radio and internet show that I have, where it's more like talking about any and everything, anything under the sun. And so in case you guys are like, what is GIM? And then she writes whatever it is. GIM stands for Get Inside Me. And I'm doing the Ask Patu, which you'll find in an organized Ask Patu playlist on my YouTube channel, where you guys, thanks to you guys for emailing me, sending me voice notes through WhatsApp, and hitting me up through social media, where you guys go through stuff you want me to tell you my point of view of how to handle it, and we go from there. So this in this one I get, have you ever heard of the number scale when rating people based off of how attractive they are? Well, my girlfriend is a dime and I'm about a five. Because I know that I'm a five, it tends, it tends, and knowing this. So I'm assuming that because he feels like he's a five and she's a dime, which is a 10, it pulls, okay, it pulls on my confidence, and I don't know how to deal with that. Help me. You know, the number scale thing is, I think it's more big with guys than it is with girls. Because I had a few of my male friends back when I was living in Indiana that was on the same thing. There was this guy I used to know, that he was a very attractive guy, hot guy, and he would date girls that weren't his type, just personality wise, physically, and everything. And he was just, and he always, in his mind, somehow he perceived himself as a five, even though this dude was like hot. He was like a 10, but for some reason, in his mind, he was convinced he was a five. And then he would date girls who were like threes, if we're gonna go number scale. At the end of the day, you have relationships where one person looks more attractive than the other. You have relationships where both people are super attractive, like Will Smith and Jada, and Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. And it doesn't really, when it comes to a relationship, it really does not matter who's hot, who's not, who's hotter than the other. It really doesn't matter. It's more about personality. So if in your mind you feel or think that you are a five and she is a dime, and you're trying to convince yourself that she could do better, I'm pretty sure she knows that. That's why she's with you. And you may, to yourself, think and feel like, I'm not attractive, I'm not a hot dude, but you don't know, you really don't know what she thinks and how she feels about you. You may think you're a five, and to her, you're like a 100. And the way, and to verify that, how you know that everybody gets to a point where they feel like, oh my goodness, I don't deserve this, or maybe because I lucked up. But the mistakes that I do find people do in relationships is when they feel like, man, I hit the jackpot with somebody, they start building self-doubt, they start changing towards the person, they start creating situations or opportunities, or their demeanor and personality changes towards that person, because they start hating themselves or start feeling in some kind of way, shape, or form they're not good enough. So before this person have the opportunity to burn me or to leave or to do what I think in my mind they deserve better, and they're going to find a way out, I might as well create one. And in this situation, I'm saying you create one. It doesn't matter in the number scale where you at, where you stand, just where you fall. Everyone has a preference. Some people don't. Well, yeah, everyone. Majority of people have preferences. Some just don't. They just are in love for so many things. I know guys who just love a woman just because of her feet. I know women who just fall in love with a guy just because he has a big penis, even though he treats her like shit. It's like, oh, the penis. And it's like, they have them on sale. And in certain times of the years, I'm thinking, because I do get coupons. Not that I own any, but I do see, like, on, like, when you go on the internet, you see like, yeah, whatever brand that is that sells lubricants and stuff, and the vibrators, and you get it with your maxi pads sometimes and stuff. But I digress. But at the end of the day, what you need to understand is, a lot of times how you see yourself isn't the way others see you. It just isn't. And the crazy thing about that is that sometimes you go through things in life, or sometimes you've had you like, when I look at pictures of back when I was in my 20s and pictures of like before I moved to Florida, I look at myself and I was like, damn, I looked good, and damn, I was skinny and everything. And in my mind, I was so, I just, I look at pictures then and I think to myself, I was just so, I don't know where my head was at. I thought I was so fat then. I thought I was so ugly. I thought all this thing. And it was like, when I look back at some of the photos from back then and things, I'm like, I was fucking delusional, but then it speaks volume of where I felt, how I felt about myself. It speaks volume about where I was at mentally, how I felt about myself spiritually, emotionally. The headspace I was in is how, in my eyes, I saw myself. Even though other people would I would always get guys and girls like, oh my gosh, you have such a beautiful face, or you're such a great person, you're such a beautiful person, and it's kind of hard for you to let it seek it, like really sink in when you got that huge block that makes, like, you have this huge block first off that's just like, no, I'm this, I'm that, and this. So what you're gonna definitely need to do is, whatever it takes for you to build your confidence, you're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to bring the conversation up to your girl. And when I say bring your conversation up to your girl, let her know how you're feeling. Let her know that, babe, at times I feel like this, that, and this, and I feel like because you're a dime, and I see myself as this, and whatever. You'll be so surprised on the conversation you guys will have. It'll even bring you guys closer. There isn't a woman on this planet, especially if she wants a successful relationship with someone she loves, she doesn't want real, true input from a guy. And some of these guys out here who thinks communication is, oh my gosh, speaking about real feelings and emotions is like, no, it's not a crime. It takes two to make a relationship work. It takes two to make it last. So you have to speak up. You have to open your mouth. So in this, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say, at the end of the day, you are who you are. You attract what you are, how you are. Even when you magnify it, whether you know it or not. In your mind, you feel like you're a 5, but to her, and it's her that you love, it's her that you want to, impress and stuff. She obviously see you more than that. The true story. It's so crazy because, like, I've known a few people that's been in situations like that, where they, in their mind, they just program themselves, and I'm saying program themselves to think that they're less than, or I'm gonna take. I've even known people, and I can say that has lowered themselves to the point that they've allowed disrespect of all kinds just because their mindset of what they believe they deserve or what they don't deserve and everything. Do we live in a shallow world? Yes. Is everyone in the world shallow? No. So to me, have the conversation with her. Be open about it. Do things that make you confident. Find activities for the both of you guys that make you confident. And the best way to know that she doesn't think and feel that way is because if her actions, because actions do speak louder than words, if her actions doesn't make you feel like she's treating you like shit, or treating you like you are a 5, like you're beneath her, then you got nothing to worry about. So thank you for sending me this email. I'm going to call it the number scale. I'm going to call you number scale. Thank you for sending this. For you guys for watching, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for liking. Thank you guys for sharing and tagging and everything. Like, I really appreciate it. If you would like to submit a video or submit an email or whatever to ask me a question, and you want me to, share it on my YouTube channel, you can remain anonymous. It doesn't matter. All you have to do is look at the information description box, and even though it takes me a while because I do go through all of them myself, I'll get back to you. So I'm signing off by saying my show saying for the Get Excitement Show: when life gives you lemonade, make a strong ass lemon margarita.